So I guess I should ask you, how did you come about to write this most recent book?
I've been teaching, David, in academic medical centers for the better part of 3 decades.
And you're not a doctor, right? I mean, you're not a medical doctor.
No, but I do an awful lot of clinical ethics consultation with patients and patients' families who are in the throes of making difficult decisions, from the neonatal intensive care unit to something post-surgical. And we were incidentally an epicenter for the COVID uh, contagion. And I spent a lot of time with the adult children of COVID patients who were up in the intensive care unit, sedated and intubated, and
Oh,
helped
wow.
figure
That,
out.
yeah, that actually sounds like clinical work of a sort.
Yeah, it takes a lot of psychological uh, background, and I've been doing this for so many years, that I do think I could almost qualify as a psychologist, but
Oh,
actually
I would think
I'm a
so.
philosopher, and I define myself as such, and
Yeah,
have
I
been.
thought you were a psychologist, and that's how I originally titled this podcast, the title for this podcast today. But then, as I read in the book, I started to have some suspicions, and so
Well, a student of world religions and psychology in particular.
yeah.
So when I was at the University of Chicago years back doing my doctorate, I had the honor of studying with people like um, Csikszentmihalyi, who was there doing his work on flow.
Oh
But
yeah.
I was more directly involved with Mircea Eliade, Joseph Campbell, and individuals who were writing about spirituality in a very global, subjective, experiential sense, and not in terms of dogmas and rituals and doctrines and all of these kinds of religious traditions.
Now we got sort of off on my question was how did you come to write this most recent book?
Okay.
And
Well, being in academic medical centers, it's a wonderfully scientific environment, and I love these contexts. However, there's a side to me that I wanted to unveil, simply because I do believe that many people have these experiences of synchronicity, to use Carl Jung's term, uh, uncaused causality, as he put it, those uncanny moments when, as if in answer to a prayer uh, or some desperate need, just the perfect person with the perfect insight at the perfect time suddenly arises, and you feel as though this is set up by the universe. Jung had lots of clinical encounters that he felt were facilitated when his patients felt somehow that that kind of synchronicity was occurring in the moment. So I had an experience when I was a youngster, which was really quite unusual, but really shaped my life. And then various others in that modality of, if you like Larry Dossey, one mind, the kind of connectedness between us that is not merely biological, but has something to do with the collective unconscious